Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jamila Daura. Thank you for clicking to watch this video. If you are new, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, hi. So today's video is going to be how to improve on your marital relationship in the year 2023. This is another year we are going to be giving marriage a shot. If you are married, every year comes with its own different whatever, just to shape us up, just to build us up and make us better individuals. So my marriage is going to be 9 years in a couple of months, in about 2 months or so. And yeah, I feel like this is the right time to actually film this video, because I don't think I'm going to be bringing a marriage video or and marriage anniversary video, but say a prayer for me in the comment section. So the first thing that I have here, which is almost like one of the biggest problems in marriage, whether you are 50 years in marriage or 1 year in marriage, you would have a fair share of communication problem. So the first thing I have is improving on your communication. Now, communication is supposed to be a two-way street. While one person is talking, another is listening. And when the person is sending back message or responding to what you're saying, be sure to be listening as well. Not talk. Don't just be the one talking, or hearing, but there is no action. So be intentional and be actionable when you are communicating to one another. And the reason why I'm talking about actionable is because when somebody tells you that, oh, can you do this, or this is the problem, or this is how I feel when you do this to me, do you stop doing it, or do you continue doing it, or do you help them, or do you kind of try to understand where they are coming from, or you just hear and call it a day? There are just little areas of communications that of mode of communication, assimilation, dissemination, and all those things that makes up communication wholesome experience in marriage. And again, the lack of all these little things as well will kind of make it nothing, non-existent. So nobody's going to feel heard, nobody is able to talk, people are bottling up a lot, and it kind of harms them in the long run, or harm the union in the long run. So improving on communication is really important. As you are talking, be listening, and as you're being talked to, also listen, and both of you in the whole thing should learn to take actions, positive actions that can help make things better. The next item I have is improving on friendship. A lot of marriages, from what I've been hearing, lacks friendship. People underestimate the importance of friendship in marriage. My kids see me today, most especially Korea, and she'll be like, "Daddy is your best friend, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, he's my best friend," because she does not say he's my husband. She does not say wife, but because of what and how she sees us live our lives, and we are both kids to each other, like we are very childish to one another, and that kind of makes it relatable to her as friendship. That is really important. Friendship is what sustains marriage. That is one thing I can say, because there are times when you feel like, oh, you don't love this person, like you just don't vibe any, you don't feel that love vibe anymore. But when they are your friends, you're like, I miss this person, I want this person back in my life. They make you feel giddy, you can't stay away from them. That is when you know that your spouse have eventually become your friend. No matter what it is they do to you, you can't really stay mad at them. You just want to get it over with and be friends again, and go back to being how you guys used to be. So friendship is really important. And how you can be friends or make friendship out of relationship is talking, like opening up to each other. Once you're really settled in marriage, as you pile up the age or the years of marriage, you find out that you're able to open up more freely to them. There are things that probably have happened in the past that you're never able to talk about. You're able to talk about it now, and they begin to understand. They know you better now, and they begin to understand those such experiences that you have opened up to them about. accommodate, be able to accommodate each other's flaws. No one is perfect, so you become more accommodating of this person if they are your friend, and tolerate them as well. So friendship is really, really important. Don't underestimate it. Unfortunately, it is something that lacks in a lot of marriages, and most especially those of us that are from the north. You see husband and wife and you'll be like, where's the connection? You can't see the connection, you can't feel it. You see the way they talk, they do their things, and it feels weird. I'm not saying go out and do PDAs, but even within your circle of friends, and when you sit down with them and you see the way and manner they talk to each other, so official, so not something you can like see and be excited about. So improve on friendship in your relationship. Make your spouse your best friend. Make them your best friend. Let them be the people that in your lives that, oh, 1 hour away from them feels like 100 years, and you just want to rush back to them. The third item I have is explore and fulfill each other's love languages. Fulfilling your partner's love language is something that you continue to do for the rest of your marital life. It's not something you do 1 year and you're done, 1 month and you're done, 1 week and you're done. And be ready to accept that love languages can change. Your love language can change over the years. This is something that I have come to acknowledge, because as the older I get, my desires, my wants, a lot of things change. What I want, if it's the things that I want done to me changes. So be ready to accept that love languages can change, and once it is changing, also communicate about it. Or you know what, I no longer want touch, like don't touch me too much, don't be too touchy with me. I would rather you work for me. And this is what act of service, right? So this is something that you would easily find in the childbearing age, when you used to be all dovey, touchy in the first year of your marriage, first 2 years, 3 years of your marriage, you people can't stay away from each other. Then all of a sudden, you feel like you just want to be by yourself, and act of service will mean so much more to you than just coming to sit down and just be putting hands around me and putting head on me. No, it changes. So be ready to accept such changes as they come up, and explore and fulfill. Be intentional towards fulfilling each other's love languages. It saves a lot. It will save you a lot of stress. It will save you a lot of explanation. It will save you a lot of communication gap, communication issues. And the next item I have is providing support. This is coming from the point of we are Africans, and there is the role divide. Men provide, protect, women nurture, our home, our bearers, our home nurturers, all that. And these have kind of made it look like you can't come into the other person's role. Everybody have to exist on their own, and it hurts. It hurts because it now makes some spouses, most especially, let's look at from the male perspective, how they provide support to their wives. Some men want to help their wives, but they come from a culture and a tradition of men don't cook, men don't clean, men don't bath babies, men don't do this, men don't do that. And when you reverse when the table turns, and a time will come in life where the wife will be the one to be able to provide, and the man will automatically be tagged as weak, as incapable, as a lot of things. And that is not right. Allow people to define their marriage based on what works for them. And another thing I want to quickly share in today's video is that I came upon a post on Instagram that the lady talked about how she is a medical professional and she would like to work, but the husband's family have a tradition that no woman works, no matter your qualification and all that. That is BS. It is un-Islamic. It is unacceptable. The relationship exists between you and your spouse. Decision is made solely between both of you. No extended family should decide such things. And a man that would stand up to want to fulfill his wife's desire. Before you know it, they start tagging him Mijin Hajia, fear, woman rapper, all those things. So a lot of things that are not so good, that has been normalized in our society, is really taking away from how couples are able to provide support to each other. And we really need to start redefining our roles, not change it. I mean, we can't change nature, we can't change a lot of things that God have really established, even right from Adam. But with the society that we are in today, support has become very, very important. And let us not be restrictive and just say that he's the provider, he's the protector, that is all he's going to do. When he comes up, remove shoe here, throw suit there, throw briefcase there, and just sit down. Help. Ask questions, talk to your wife, and the woman as well. It's not as if when your husband needs that support and you're like, well, he's the provider, it's up to him. If things are hard and you can support, please support your spouse. The last item I have on my list is avoid competition and fulfill each other's responsibilities. Again, we are in that stage where people are, even spouses are now competing with each other. Why do you have this? You're a woman, you cannot have a better phone than I do. You cannot drive a better car than I do. Your job you cannot have a high paying job more than I do. Men are afraid to support their wives. Going back to support, support their wives fully for them to be able to attain success, because they get intimidated. So try to not compete with each other. And this is reality, because you see a lot of stories about that. Even before marriage, some people will be like, well, you have to leave this job once we get married. And it's still part of the fact that, okay, they don't want you to have more than them. You don't want that kind of spouse, right? So even if that is happening in your marriage now, try to control it and fulfill each other's responsibilities. Just because you as a woman, your husband has rights over you. As the husband, the wife has rights over him and the children as well. So fulfilling the responsibilities are clear cut, even in our deen. But you still find that some men will falter on their responsibility, not because they cannot afford it, but they just don't want to do it, because they want the woman to do more, spend more, and have way less than they have. You don't want that kind of husband. And even if you are in a relationship like that, try to look for a way to bring an end to it, because if you have children, it will become even more toxic for them, because you're going to see that, okay, a present absentee father is probably what you're going to have. A father that is present but absent in his children's life, because he won't also want to provide for these children in the way he should. Any small thing, go to mommy. Any small thing, go to mommy. I don't have. You don't want your marriage to carry on like that, because this is building toxicness in your home, your children, and it is very, very unhealthy to be competitive as spouses. And be happy for each other, be genuinely happy and supportive of each other. So that is it for this video. Let me know if I am missing out on anything and add it to the comment section. I know one thing that a lot of people are going to talk about that I didn't talk about is spirituality. That is because I've talked about this a lot on this channel, and that just to put it out there, if you guys are still not there on spiritual levels, please start doing it, because spirituality will seal a lot of these deals and correct a lot of things that are happening that you feel like, okay, talking will solve it. But if you pray hard, and if you are married to a God-fearing person and both of you are God-fearing, and you fulfill your spiritual rights on that Allah has over us, then inshallah things will look better. So please subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, and see you in my next video. Bye and stay blessed. 2 a.m. got me feeling myself all alone, but I'm loving myself.